Welcome to the height of the 20th century. Where men were men, boys were boys. Henry Ford told the world, I'm going to build a car and put one in everybody's front yard. And he said, You're crazy. You can't do that. He said, Yeah, I can. Even had his designers design new cameras just so they could show the world how they built cars. He didn't weld the hood shut on them as they went out the door. Because he said, I'm going to build these things so good and so cheap. I mean, you could try to make one yourself. Sure, go ahead. I'm showing you how to make one. But why would you? Why would you? That'd just be crazy. Craziest flat earther. He showed you everything from how to cast an engine block to how to make a wheel. So he could show the world. So he could show the world how to make a car. Everything. This is how you do it. And they did exactly what he said he could do, which was put a car in everybody's front yard, which caused a booming economy in the driveway business. But he did show everybody how to build a car. He did show everybody how to build a car. He was very, very proud of those cars. He had a vision, and that vision came to fruition. It's quite a feat. It's quite a feat of engineering that he was so proud of. He showed you everything. The equipment you needed, the manpower you needed, everything. Welcome to the 21st century, where robots are robots and robots build shit. Even though all the cars. But one thing hasn't changed. These people are so proud of what they make, they show you exactly how to make them. They show exactly what kind of robots you need, how big of a factory you need. Nothing left but answers to the questions you might have had. Well, how do they make that? That is just amazing. Well, see here, we got this robot. He flips this chassis upside down. This robot here, it slaps the motor into the chassis, and they show you everything. And they still show you how to cast the new motor blocks. They show you how to print the circuit boards that are in these cars, and they still don't weld the hood shut when they go out the factory door. Because the same principle is true today. Yeah, sure, you could build your own car, but why would you? It's unnecessary. But they're willing to show you everything. They're willing to show you everything. Anything you want to know, you can find out. Because the truth needs no secret. The truth needs no veil of secrecy. And Henry Ford was right. He put a daggum car or two or three, sometimes 10, in everybody's driveway. In fact, they're so proud of their cars that they didn't even make themselves in their own garage. People just post pictures of them all over the internet. Look at that. It's me washing my car. It's my blue car. It's my red car. It's my long one, my short one, my skinny one, my fat one. Henry Ford was not joking when he said, I'm going to put one of these in everybody's driveway. Because you look around you today, that's all you see. Let me introduce to you NASA's budget since 1968 and their performance records. Since 1968, NASA has spent well over $500 billion. They have launched into orbit and deep space over 57,000 satellites, probes, telescopes, and cameras. That's amazing. It's a big figure. Both of them. Huge. Huge figures. In fact, you can find a video or two of people making some of these satellites and probes. Now, I know you're probably thinking, man, this guy looks like he's fixing to walk into a room where they're performing brain surgery. These guys, they'll show you how to build a satellite, sort of. Or they'll show you how hard it is to get into the factory. Where the men are men and the geeks sit behind cubicles. But they'll still show you a little bit. And they do a lot of talking. And them guys on the Ford factory floor, they didn't do no damn talking. They was constantly working and building and working and building and working and building. If you look at stuff like this and you just really don't see what you think you should see. But they are proud of the satellites that they build. When NASA said they was going to put a satellite into every part of our upper atmosphere, they weren't kidding. They are so proud of their satellites. There's just tons of pictures of them. Hmm. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Look at that picture right there. That is the amount of satellites wrapped around our Earth, this globe we're on. So if you just try to pick out one part of a satellite and say, oh, okay, well, what is that and how do they make it? Well, let's just say the solar power. That's what my question was, the solar power. How do they make their solar power arrays? Well, they say they make them out of gallium arsenide and crystalline silicon. Pretty cool, right? Stuff is on the Hubble Space Telescope. the Rosetta space probe. Just all these things. Gallium arsenide and crystalline silicone. Now, mostly all satellites in upper orbit reside between 320 and 380 miles up with a temperature that ranges from 0 degrees Kelvin all the way up to 3,000 degrees Kelvin. So let's just take the solar arrays. They're made of gallium, silicon. Welcome to the periodic table. As you see over here, a solid, liquid, gas. Okay. I'm going to run this guy here all the way up to, let's just say 2,500 Kelvin. And as you see, gallium and silicon and arsenic. These are what the solar arrays are made from. And at 3,000 Kelvin, gallium turns to gas, silicon turns to liquid, arsenic turns to gas. 2,100 degrees, they're either liquid or gas. I'm waiting for them to get back to a solid state here. Look at there, at 1,500 Kelvin, silicon is a solid. But at 1721, they all become liquid. And this is why you don't want to be a satellite in orbit. Because it doesn't matter what they make you out of. When that sun comes around and hits you, if you ain't made of one of the at 3,000 Kelvin, if you ain't made of tantalum, tungsten, rhenium, or osmium, or carbon, you ain't gonna work no more. And this is why satellites really don't exist. They can't exist. If they could exist, they would be very proud of the innovations that revolved around making the materials that makes it possible for them to reside at the altitudes that they reside. If a solar array is made out of silicon, it turns to gas in the sun. So you might say, well, they just retract them or they cover them up with something, Jeff. See, you don't understand this shit. Yeah, I think I understand all this shit completely well. I really think I do. I'm pretty sure I can smell bullshit at a mile away. I can even smell bullshit at 380 miles up. But thanks for watching. I do appreciate you listening to my videos, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment or two if you got time. Y'all have a wonderful day. See ya.